My name is Emma and I am a rights executive at USBORNE Publishing, a children's publishing company in London.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this week's interview we have Emma, who is a rights executive at USBORNE Publishing. Hope you find it useful and enjoy.
In short, working in rights means that you sell translation rights to the books that company publishes. USBORNE is a children's publisher that publishes lots of books with sort of novelties like flaps or really high quality illustrations. So a large part of our job is coordinating co-editions with publishers from all over the world, and this then brings down the total cost of that printing. The co-edition mostly means that a printer switches out the black text plates between the different editions in the different languages, and that just means that each individual publisher doesn't have to pay for a whole new print run every time they want to print like 1,000 copies or anything like that. So this does require a lot of coordination between us, the customer, the production department, the printer, even the shippers. And for books with less novelties or fiction books, we also sell on a royalty basis, which means a publisher will pay us in advance, then they have the right to publish and translate that book in that territory, and then we send them the files and they will pay us a royalty and the author a royalty on every copy sold. What do I do on a normal day? I'll come in the morning, or at the moment I'll open my laptop and I will log into my emails, and first I'll spend some time going through the emails that have come in overnight. A lot of the printers are not based in the UK, so they're a few hours ahead of us, so they've already sent some things, and then most of our customers are also either in mainland Europe or further, which means that they're at least an hour, if not many hours ahead of us, which means that quite a lot has accumulated overnight. And so I always have a bunch of queries and things to work through. Things like plotters and advancers need to be passed on for approval, or you need to chase someone on approval, or you just need to pass something on, especially for co-editions. And in busy periods, this can easily take me all morning. Every day is different, of course, but on most days, after I've worked through those queries, I'll try and get some admin out of the way, invoices, contracts, order forms, that sort of thing. I will also try to put together some new material for submission, see if we've got any new PDFs of things that someone has requested in the past, negotiating deals, sending out quotes, looking for prices, that sort of thing. This is a hard one, but I guess it's just knowing that the job is never done and accepting that. There's always more to do. New deals, new books, new customers, new queries. So it's really okay at the end of the day to switch off your emails and live your life and know it's never done, but that it's done for today. And you'll do 5 contracts and you'll think you're done, and the next day you do 5 new deals and you have 5 more contracts to do. You've forgotten this email at the bottom of your inbox that you really need to action. So there's always more to do, and you just have to accept that. And in one of my first weeks at USBORNE, one of my colleagues told me something that has really stuck with me, which is, we're printing books, not saving lives. Whenever I feel particularly stressed, I say that to myself. Going to my first book fair abroad was amazing. For me, that was Bologna. I met lots of great people, I ate good food, and we drank, lots of Aperol Spritzes. It's really nice. I really like my colleagues as well, so it feels a bit like you're on a very intense trip with your friends. And I don't think I'm biased at all in saying that the USBORNE stand is always amazing, so it's really nice to go and see it and see all our books there and all the artwork. It's really cool. It's a really nice environment. It's seeing the translated editions, the finished product, having that physical book in front of you and having this physical proof of all the hard work that you and everyone else has put in is always really nice to see. Especially I sell into minority languages, which means that I often get books from really small dialects that aren't very well known or aren't very much spoken around the world anymore. So you feel like you're doing your bit for the conservation of those languages and dialects, which I really like. A few times a year we attend the book fairs, virtual ones at the moment of course, but in a normal year as a rights team we would visit London, Frankfurt and Bologna, and there we meet with all our customers and present them with our newest materials. So those are a lot of meetings that you squeeze into a few days. And some of us, not me personally, but quite a few of my colleagues in a normal year would also take at least one sales trip to their territories, meet the customer there in their own countries, in their own offices, and present them with our new material. What's good about these trips as well is that we'd go into bookshops and sort of see what's a bestseller at the moment, what are the trends, and then sort of bring that back and let that inform our rights selling as well. Internally, I also have quite a few catch up with colleagues during the week. These can be quite informal sometimes, or just a quick, hey, can I ring you? Or can I Zoom you? I have a question, or I just want to check something. We do really work together as a team, but we also have a bi-weekly meeting in which we talk about the print runs that are coming up, if anyone's got any interest in something specific that they want to get printed, has anyone seen PDFs for this yet, can we share them, that sort of thing. We really work as a team. We are not in competition with each other, so having these catch-ups really helps us streamline the way we work as a team. It just means that no one's doing like triple the work trying to find something when someone else has already found it. Work on your Office and Excel skills. These aren't very glamorous parts of the job, of course, but it's so important in a rights job. And outside of that, also looking for publishing experience is obviously great, especially in a rights department or with a literary agency, because they've got similar roles in some way. But if you are struggling to get any experience in publishing, I could also really recommend just getting any sort of office experience or selling experience. These are all really transferable skills. Admin experience, these all really translate to working in rights as well. Don't think that you definitely need publishing experience. Just any sort of retail, admin, office experience will also really help with getting a job. Also, I think rights is not always the most well-known department in publishing. So if you're trying to get a role in rights specifically, really show in your application what has attracted you to rights. Show that you know what rights does, even if you're not 100% sure what they do. Just show that you've done some research and try to figure out what they do, and also why particularly you're attracted to a role in rights in this company. A Little Life. I have read this recently. I have never in my life sobbed so much while reading a book. It's this incredibly well-written and heartbreaking story of these 4 men that live in New York City, and it sort of follows them throughout their lives, and it's so heartbreaking, and I sobbed so much, and I don't think I've ever felt this much that I knew the characters in the book, like I knew them, and their heartbreaks were my heartbreaks, and it's just incredible. Although I would recommend, if you're going to pick it up and you haven't before, be in a somewhat emotionally stable mood, because I was not, and I cried so much.
I hope that helped you understand a bit more about what rights are in publishing, and remember I post new interviews every week on my channel.